It's a feat unmatched in the Open era. Between 2005 and 2012, Rafael Nadal won 8 consecutive titles at the Monte Carlo Rolex Masters. Here's a look back at how he did it. In 2005, as an 18-year-old, Rafa won his first ever ATP World Tour Masters 1000 title when he defeated Guillermo Coria in the final. Nadal would go on to a 50-2 record on clay during his breakout season, which netted 11 titles. A star was born, and a dynasty in Monte Carlo had begun. In 2006, Rafa's emerging rivalry with Roger Federer kicked up a notch when he met the world number 1 in the final. Nadal had beaten Federer in 4 sets in the Roland Garros semifinals just a year before. In what would become a familiar tactic over the years, Rafa used his devastating topspin forehand to wear down the Federer backhand as he toughed out a victory in a 4-set tiebreak after saving 14 of 18 break points. Taking a 66-match clay court winning streak into the 2007 final against Federer, Rafa was resolute against the Swiss.
Oh, that's exquisite.
Nadal would ultimately run up an 81-match winning streak on clay before losing to Federer in the Hamburg final later during the swing.
He's done it.
The stakes were high when Rafa and Federer met for the 3rd consecutive year in the 2008 final. Rafa was looking to become the first player in the Open era and the first in almost 100 years to win 4 consecutive titles in Monaco.
Oh, yes! What a shot from Nadal.
The ATP World number 1 broke Rafa in the first game of the first and second sets, even racing to a 4-love lead in the second, but Federer's inability to hold serve was his undoing. Nadal embarked on a 5-game winning streak to close out the match, 7-5, 7-5. In 2009, Nadal and Novak Djokovic met in all 3 clay court ATP Masters 1000 tournaments, and the Spaniard would bring the Serb to his knees in all 3 meetings, beginning in the Monte Carlo final. Despite dropping the second set, Rafa rallied to win 6-1 in the third to take a bite at the Monte Carlo trophy for a 5th time.
The play still remains here in the
In 2010, Rafa routed fellow left-handed Spaniard Fernando Verdasco, dropping just 1 game en route to his 6th consecutive title. Nadal would go on to become the first player to win all 3 clay court ATP Masters 1000s and Roland Garros in the same year. Monaco's Prince Albert was getting to know Rafa very well indeed. The following year, another Spaniard, David Ferrer, would become Rafa's latest victim in a Monte Carlo final, as the 24-year-old won a 7th straight title with a mix of power and finesse.
Outstanding!
Nadal's dominance in the Principality continued. Such was Rafa's legend in Monte Carlo that he came into the 2012 final with Novak Djokovic as the favorite, despite having lost 7 consecutive matches to the world number 1. Rafa did not drop a set during the tournament and conceded just 4 games to Djokovic in the final to claim his 8th consecutive crown. Rafa's 8 consecutive titles in Monte Carlo is one of the greatest records in the history of tennis, and one that is likely to stand the test of time.